See, eventually the Guy Titans started thinking, hey, Dad had Gaia for a wife. Who are we gonna have for wives? Then they started looking at the Lady Titans and thought, I know, you're screaming, gross! The brothers wanted to marry their own sisters? Yeah, I find that pretty disgusting myself. But here's the thing. Titans didn't see family relationships the same way we do. First off, like I said before, the rules of behavior were a lot looser back then. Also, there weren't many choices when it came to marriage partners. You couldn't simply log into TitanMatch.com and find your perfect soulmate. Most important, immortals are just different from humans. They live forever, more or less. They have cool powers, they have ichor instead of blood and DNA, so they aren't concerned about bloodlines not mixing well. Because of that, they don't see the whole brother-sister thing in the same way. You and the girl you like might have been born from the same mom, but once you grew up you were both adults, you wouldn't necessarily think of her as your sister anymore. Well, that's my theory. Or maybe the Titans were just all freaks? I'll let you decide. Anyway, not all the brothers married their sisters, but here's the rundown. The oldest girl was Thea. If you wanted her attention, all you had to do was wave something shiny in her face. She loved sparkly things and bright scenic views. Every morning she would dance with happiness when daylight returned. She would climb mountains just so she could see for miles around. She would even delve underground and bring out precious gems, using her magic powers to make them gleam and sparkle. Thea is one who gave gold its luster and made diamonds glitter. She became the Titan of clear sight, because she was all about bright and glittery, and she ended up marrying Hyperion, the Lord of the Light. As you can imagine, they got along great, though how they got any sleep with Hyperion glowing all the night, and Thea giggling, shiny, shiny, I don't know. Her sister Themis, totally different. She was quiet and thoughtful and never tried to draw attention to herself, always wearing a simple white shawl over her hair. She realized from an early age that she had a natural sense of right and wrong. She understood what was fair and what wasn't. Whenever she was in doubt, she claimed she could draw wisdom straight from the earth. I don't think she meant from Gaia, though, because Gaia wasn't really hung up on right and wrong. Anyway, Themis had a good reputation among her brothers and sisters. She could mediate even the worst arguments. She became the Titan of natural law and fairness. She didn't marry any of her brothers, which just proves how wise she was. Third sister, Tethys, and I promise this is the last T name for girls, because I'm getting confused. She loved rivers, springs, and fresh running water of any kind. She was very kind, always offering her siblings something to drink, though the other gods got tired of hearing that the average Titan needs 24 large glasses of water a day to stay hydrated. At any rate, Tethys thought of herself as the nursemaid for the whole world, since all living things needed to drink. She ended up marrying Oceanus, which was kind of a no-brainer. Hey, you like water? I like water too. We should totally go out. Phoebe, the fourth sister, lived right in the geographic center of the world, which for the Greeks meant the Oracle of Delphi, a sacred spring where you could sometimes hear whispers of the future if you knew how to listen. The Greeks called this place the Ompalos, literally the belly button of the earth, though they never specified if it was an innie or an outie. Phoebe was one of the first people to figure out how to hear the voices of Delphi. She wasn't a gloomy, mysterious sort of fortune teller. Her name meant bright, and she always looked on the positive side of things. Her prophecies tended to be like fortune cookies, only good stuff. Which is fine, I guess, if you only wanted to hear good news, but not so great if you had a serious problem. Like if you were gonna die tomorrow, Phoebe might just tell you, I foresee that you won't have to worry about your math test next week. Phoebe ended up marrying Koios, the northern dude, because he had the gift of prophecy. Unfortunately, they only saw each other once in a while since they lived very far apart. Bonus fact. Much later, Phoebe's grandson, a guy named Apollo, took over the oracle, because he inherited her powers. Apollo was sometimes called the Phoebus Apollo.